Yo, 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 yo. What's the
Hello.
deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? It's your boy, Iron Place. Oh, what the fuck? Is that playback? Ooh. I ain't mean to have that happen. Sorry.
I'm talking
Embarrassing.
about the feedback.
Hashtag embarrassing. Yeah, I thought I turned all that shit down. But anyway, it's your boy R&B in the place to be. This is the Big Three Man Talk Podcast.
Let's
I
do
have
it,
with me
gang. Good morning.
today I have with me today our featured resident guest, Mr. Wordplay Reece,
Yo, hello.
aka at the Hub. Um, my regular
Start the
co-host,
screen.
Mr. TC from the D. Thomas Croft will not be with us on this random pop-up as we just wanted to come on here and vent about a couple things, and he got to work. So he's not gonna be with us on this little edition that we doing real quick. But we got a couple things to talk about. We want to get a couple things off of our chests. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
that's what this space was created for. That's what this space was supposed to be all about. Creating creating a platform where we could come and vent and get things off of our chest, talk about stuff that we want to talk about. So, with that being said, hey, let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
Um, I'm gonna be real here, man. Oh my God, bro. I'm
What you thinking?
I just feel like I feel like I'm surrounded, not necessarily surrounded, because that would be the wrong thing to say. So not necessarily surrounded, but I just feel like everywhere I look, I'm just seeing all of this bum behavior from a lot of men. I feel like it's a lot of bum behavior and a lot of bum things. You know what I'm saying? We don't be we a lot of times we as men we don't be focused on the right shit. We don't be focused on the right
Absolutely.
shit, man. It be so much it be so much bum shit, bum thoughts and bum behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like we bombarded with so much bum shit and you know, we don't tackle the shit that we need to be tackling the way that we need to tackle it because we so confused and once again we so bombarded with so many other things that are, less important. But we seem to want to dwell on the things that are less important. You know what I'm saying? It's for instance, you know what I'm saying? Getting to the money, doing the things that you need to do to get to the money, doing the things that you need to do to try to become successful in life, doing the things that you need to do to try to have a good household and a family and all of these things, so on and so forth. It starts with you. It starts within you. It starts with being a man. And I see so many men make excuses on a day-to-day basis. I see so many men that just don't know how to go at the things the way that they supposed to go at them. You know what I'm saying? Like we we concern more with video games than getting to the money. You know what I'm saying? But then we expect women to be out here and take us serious. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of starting off getting on the fellas on this one, man.
For sure.
Ain't no woman gonna take you serious, you know what I'm saying, that when you not serious about yourself. Because when you're
Absolutely.
not serious about yourself, that shit gonna show.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna show.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? I just, I kind of wanted to get that off my chest about, fellas, let's stop focusing on bullshit and let's focus on real shit. Let's focus on building. Let's focus on coming
Absolutely.
together and creating not only teams and brotherhoods, but what I'm saying, creating generational wealth. Like we gotta at some point it gotta be some change. We gotta change this shit. We gotta change the way we doing things. We gotta change the way we going about things. Because the old way ain't working. Or the current way, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? That this current way that it's just not working. I don't see a lot of brotherhoods. I don't see, you know what I'm saying, brothers coming together and trying to do stuff. And if they do, it's normally, you know what I'm saying, short lasted. because it's always them bad apples and shit.
There's
So,
too much hate out here.
too much hate, way
Yep.
too much hate, not enough motivation. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Not enough
Yep.
want to do better and to be better. So,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? With that being said, I don't want to take up too much of the, start out time. I'm gonna let you get in, my brother, and chime in there.
No, you fine. So I would say that I agree. There's too much hate going on. Like we gotta stop hating each other and ourselves. Because if you hate somebody else, you hating yourself. Like I don't hate, like not even my worst enemy. I don't hate them. I don't have anyone I hate. So you won't see me like displaying any type of moves to like on a hate side. Like I
Mm-hmm.
think we need to start putting our best foot forward and like you said, making better decisions because you are where you are based on the decisions that you made in the past. So you're currently there. So us men, you look, we're not, no one's coming to save you. And that's a very scary thought, but it's one that should motivate you. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to do shit for you. Nothing's gonna magically just change. Things don't magically just change on their own. It either
Hmm.
gets worse where it is or it gets better based on you and your actions. So
Right.
if you want a better, different life, you have to put in the work. You got to start some fucking work and not think too much. You got to be diligent with your work. And for the people who has focus issues, hold the fuck on. Look at more things to work on your focus and try and just do. Just constantly keep doing, keep trying, keep doing something. And I like honestly, I don't think we're making the best decision when it comes to um setting ourselves up for success and where we want to end up in life. And then we
Mm.
complain about it. It's such a
Right.
it's the irony, like and then what make it so bad is that one brother can't go talk to another brother. It should be brotherhood. And we
Right.
established that here though. We can talk to each other. But a lot of people are not like that. A lot of people are not. And I'm speaking to those groups specifically. Like if you're not like that, you need to be more open because you are displaying hate and you can't grow like that. You can't because if you hate someone, I'm pretty sure you don't look within yourself to see that you have some flaws and things that you need to work on. You can't hate
Right.
nobody. So, um, if somebody tell you to get on your shit, don't get mad at them. Embrace this shit. Then get on your shit. Let go of
Yeah.
all your old habits.
So, see, some of that comes from accountability. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, see, you have the guys who straight up lack accountability, and
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, you can never tell them anything about anything that is negative about them, any type of constructive criticism. They don't like to hear
Mm-hmm.
that type of stuff because they lack that accountability, so they don't have the strength to take that shit in. But then you have
Mm-hmm.
some people who just don't give a fuck about accountability. You know what I'm saying? They just always gonna, deflect, blame somebody else, come up with excuse after excuse, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so in order for us to start, what I'm saying, getting there, we gotta be accountable. You have to be
Mm-hmm.
accountable enough to be able to sit back and listen to your bro when he tell you, hey man, that was some dumb shit you just did. You know what, bro? Damn, you right. You fucking right. I knew it was dumb before I did it, and I still went on and did it because I just thank you, bro. Thank you for correcting me on that, man. I fucked up. Let me not go down that road no more, man. If you see me about to do some dumb shit like that again, bro, stop me from doing that shit. Don't let me do that dumb shit. How many conversations do you really see like that out in the world?
And
You'll
that's the
hear a motherfucker tell his boy, nigga, that was some dumb shit you did, nigga. Nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. The fuck you. Don't worry about what the fuck I'm doing and this on and it. That's not brotherhood. That's not brotherhood. That's
not at
what
all.
that's what we have been brainwashed to perceive and see as brotherhood. That's not brotherhood. That's lack of accountability right there. That's not wanting to open your mind and understand that, hey, sometimes you just might be in the wrong. Or sometimes
Absolutely.
somebody just might be trying to lead you in a better direction than where you headed.
Yeah.
That's what that is. And that's what we see a lot in our communities. Like you said, within our core, we trying to create that where we can come together, where we can come and talk to each other about certain things and have discussions and so on and so forth. But you know what I'm saying? That's just with us. You know what I'm saying? All we can do is try to push that envelope. We try to push that envelope, try to put it out there to the, and try to make it the popular thing to do. That's the best thing we can do is really to put forth our best effort and try to display it. But that don't mean that everybody gonna grasp on to it though, just because we display it. You got to understand that as well. But man, we just got to do better out here, fellas. We do too much dumb shit and too many dumb decisions and just overall just foolishness. And then once again, expect these women to look at us a certain way and take us seriously. It don't work like that. It just don't. It does
Nope.
not, man. You know, trying to shoot this invite. My bad.
You're fine.
But yeah, man. Transitioning over for a second, bro. Let's talk about this disease that's going on out here, brother. It's
What's that?
it's a bad disease that's going on out here. Also, that that starts with men. This simp shit, man. This simp shit is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
I've never in my life, in my young life, I'm still fairly young, but in my young life, I've never I've never ever seen so many different men like just be on such simp sucker nigga shit. It's just bad out here, man. And like I always say, it start with us. Again, women are only gonna take you as seriously as you take yourself. Man, I've seen it's a couple videos been floating around. One of them, I mean, both of them we've shared on the podcast page. One of them we shared last week. One of them
Man.
we shared today. But
You talking about
it's
that
a
kale
guy.
one?
Huh?
The kale one or
No, yeah, that one today. But then the also the one from last week with the guy that was sitting there talking about his wife started out talking in the video and then she went on to say that she cheated on him and got pregnant and that I guess they had been receiving some flack for it or maybe he's been receiving flack. I don't know, but something enticed them to put a video up and talk about their personal issues on social media of her cheating and getting
mm,
pregnant by another man.
mm.
And so
Did he stay? Go ahead, go
in
ahead.
the midst of this shit, this dude goes on and he says that, hey, nothing's gonna be different, everything gonna be the same, and you know, and he said that shit with conviction in his heart. He said, the way I was raised, I was taught that you stand by your wife no matter what. Then fast forward, we see a video this morning that we shared. Club Shay Shay, he had Kel Mitchell on there. And it was a part in the podcast where Kel, told Uncle Shay Shay about his wife getting pregnant on him 2 times, cheating on him and getting pregnant. And he decided to stay. And we wonder why these women don't respect us today in society.
I don't care what nobody say. You go outside of me and create a child. A child is the ultimate gift. Um, if you go and start a family with somebody, I'm not accepting you back. I'm not accepting you back. You're gonna stay where you at. I'm not about to stay like with you and then we what? I'm gonna raise somebody else's kid that you went and cheated on me with? Hell no. That's never. You gotta have the respect for yourself. You feel me? She didn't value the relationship enough to stay with you and I open her leg. And we all know that women don't cheat the same way as men do.
No, they
It's
don't.
not the same. Biologically
It's
they're
not
wired different.
definitely not the same.
Right. Like break that down for people is like you have to open your legs, you have to receive a man energy and all of that. And you have to give, and upon receiving that energy, you did it from emotion, from love, right? Men, it is look, it's just hardwired in us to conquer. So
Hmm.
it hurts more.
Yeah, it does. Real quick, a quick pause. I want to interject for this comment. I don't want to get too far away from it. We got a comment by K Globe MC. We appreciate you chiming in and checking us out. Uh
Much
they said,
appreciated.
"Did you all do any research on his family dealings and what the children who call him dad have said about him?" Then he said, "Also, have you seen those children?" With a question mark in the laugh. So I'm a respond first by saying, first, who are you talking about? Are you talking about Kel Mitchell? Or are you talking about the gentleman from the first video that we were talking about? I'm a guess he probably talking about Kel, being that that's a celebrity status or whatever. But I'll be honest with you, no, no. We haven't done any research on either one of these motherfucking videos outside of the fact of what we saw and heard them have to say. I don't know how much more research I need to do to figure out that that's some simp foolish ass shit. Now that's not. Let me preference here. Let me preference here. I want to say this first and foremost. That's not to say that just because somebody cheats that you ultimately deserve to leave them. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that for women. I'm not saying that for men either. I'm not saying that just because somebody cheats, it's an ultimate, walk away or whatever. But what I am saying is that it's levels to everything, right? It's
Mhm.
levels to this shit. It's levels to cheating. You got sneaky text cheating, talking to somebody behind the back cheating, you know what I'm saying? The sneaky shit. Then you got going out on the date cheating behind somebody back. Then you got the next level, which is sexual encounter cheating, which takes it up another level. And then you have I guess from there you would probably say more like a whole nother relationship style cheating, which kind of consists of everything that I've just named leading up to that, which takes it up a whole nother level of cheating. And then you got a whole nother family. When a guy goes off and cheats and creates a whole nother family behind his woman or his wife's back, or when a woman, goes off and cheats and creates children, or basically creating another family, because when you have a child with somebody, you've created a family. Because whether y'all together or not, that's a family bond. That's a whole nother level of cheating. And as a man living in today's society at 36 years old, seeing the society that I'm living in and how and what's reflecting in my society between our men and the women, and seeing how, from my point of view, our women don't seem to really respect us too much.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They barely give us the basic minimum level of respect and all of these things like that. And to see men sit up on podcasts, sit up on these podcasts and have these conversations and full on be okay with their women stepping out and cheating and having babies on them and just accepting that shit for what it is, that's weak, man. That's weak. I don't care what nobody say about. I don't need to do no research to know that that shit is weak. That shit weak as fuck. Like I'm like fuck that, bro. Like it's weak as fuck. So I preference that by saying, what are you getting at? Like I'm trying to figure out, if you still in here, Miss Globe MC. I'd like to know what you getting at. Like what you what's the reason for your question in there? Because maybe it's something that you know that we don't. But at the end of the day, I don't give a damn what you know. It ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna change nothing on my perspective on the fact that that's just some weak ass shit, man. I'm sorry. That's simpish behavior. That's simp shit. That's sucker shit. And it don't do nothing but make us look even more weak as black men out here in society than we already fucking look. And that's why our women run buck rupshar over our asses now and don't respect us and don't give a fuck about us and it treat us the way they treat us now because we come across so fucking weak in every aspect. We always coming across so fucking weak. That shit is weak, bro. Okay, so
She
she
said
just
something.
commented again. Yeah, she commented. She says, I wanted to know if you all are doing research before talking about this. It's irresponsible to comment on it so strongly without verifying things. Again, these are opinions.
You
They're
did
not
you
they're not
go
they're
ahead, go ahead.
not facts. They're opinions. We're all entitled to them. That's why it's called an opinion. So again, basing off of what I've seen, what I saw, I don't care about more research and more facts. I only care about what was said and what was put out there to the masses that affects us as men and makes us look a certain way as men. I don't have to do more research to know that both of those clips, be it the one with Kel Mitchell or the one with the other gentleman that just went viral, both of them make us look weak as men. I don't have to do more research to know that that shit makes us look weak. It makes us look sorry, and that is simpish behavior. Go ahead, wordplay.
No, I just wanted to hear what else she had to say for real. Um, what was what was the reason that she found? What was her research? Mm, I just wanted to hear what more she has to say.
So again, she comments. She said, "I get that the whole thing is triggering, but speaking on something without having facts is an emotional response, which falls in the common definition of weak. But best of luck to you in your pursuit of your definition of strength and masculinity. I'm sorry a celebrity embarrassed you personally. You can be better and bigger than that." Mm,
A celebrity embarrassing person.
yeah.
Oh, um, she's gone now because I want to know what it was that. What's the reason she found that he stayed with her? I mean, was she raped? Was he in prison? What was the reason?
Yeah, I'd like to know that too. I'd like to know what research. I'd like to know what research you did. And since you questioned us about research, because this ain't like some type of, uh polarizing, what I'm saying, discussion where all the facts need to be there. Again, these are opinions. We don't need facts for us to have an opinion. We only have an opinion on what we saw and what how it was portrayed to us. And what we saw and how it was portrayed to us was simp behavior. And women, women that like to speak on it like this, like she is right now, that they the prime example of, what I'm saying, like who that shit weak. Like it ain't weak for us to give a opinion on how we feel about something just because, you know what I'm saying, we didn't do research on it. We only
Right.
going off of what we saw. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do research to know that what I saw was it looked weak to me. It looked weak, you know?
Hmm.
But since you are asking us about the research, I'd like to know what research did you do yourself? Since you asking us about it, like, you know, chime in if you still here. I want to know what research you did. Because if you didn't do none, then, you know, shut the fuck up and keep it pushing. This ain't for you. That's why it's called Big Three Man Talk Podcast. Lot the fuck out.
I ain't
That's
gonna
how I
lie.
see it.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I
If
I
if
think it's
if
weak to
that
come on
story,
here with a weak ass comment of thinking that men are weak for telling other men not to be fucking weak because we presented to be so fucking weak in society and in this world as a whole already as black men. So now most motherfuckers gonna see that all these childish, dumb, idiot ass, modern thought ass, whorish women gonna see that, and they gonna perceive that they can do the same thing to the next nigga because of what they seen happen to Kel Mitchell, or what they seen happen to some viral motherfucker that decided to stay with his wife after she went out and cheated and got pregnant.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If it ain't, she was raped, drugged, all that fall under like I would consider rape. If she wasn't raped or anything like that, I promise you, as a man, if she willingly went there, had sex with another man, got pregnant, she can't come
Twice.
back to me, right? She cannot come back to me. I
Oh,
don't give a
you
fuck what
put
the.
me.
She cannot come back to me looking for me to take care of the kid or her. I'm just being honest with you. Yeah, I care about people, I do, but you have to care about yourself, respect yourself enough too. Now there is a thin line with other things, but that no. Like she went out, cheated on you, found another man to cheat on you. If you can't tell us that she was raped, something like that, then we are projecting the right thing. We are telling the truth. Oh, not well, not the truth, but you know what I'm trying to say. It don't have any. Well, it do, but
We projecting our opinion on what we feel is, you know,
right.
how we
And
feel about it and how
and I'm
most men feel about it. Nobody give a fuck about what a woman think about what a man think is weak from another man.
just look at it this way. Would you want your son to take care? It depend on the circumstance, right? If she was raped, like again, I go back to that. If she was raped, any type of forced sex, and then something like that, yeah, it's different. But would you want your son to be with a girl or any woman who steps out on him, have a baby outside of him? Then like, would you want your son to stay with that woman, take care of that woman forever? I wouldn't want my son to do that at all. I would love my son. I don't have a son, I have a daughter, but and I'm gonna teach my daughter not to like expect men or do anyone like that. You know, not to put herself in weird, crazy predicaments when you're in a relationship. To value the man that you're, the person that you're with. It's so simple, you know. So it's not right. It's no discipline. So I don't know if she's still in here, but I'm really interested in hearing more that she has to say. No argument. I just wanna I'm very interested in knowing because I
I
promise
don't think
you,
so. I think she left. I think she said her piece and left, which was
no,
some
that's fine.
bullshit.
Yeah.
That's all it was. She came in here to argue like a woman would do. She see us talking shit about men who are lessening themselves and lessening their level and their masculinity and everything else and being paraded out to the world as as,
Hmm.
as these, you know, foolish figures that it should be okay. And if you didn't do research about it, you shouldn't speak on it. You shouldn't have an opinion. You should shut the fuck up.
Shut up, bitch. Oh my
This is the
God.
Big Three Man Talk Podcast. We come here to say what we feel. We come here to talk about things and we don't come to be politically correct. And that's not to say that we don't do research on stuff that we talk about, because some stuff we do research on it. When we had the discussion about the young lady who was molesting the little boy at the daycare, we did extensive research on it so that when we came on here, we didn't come in here looking foolish and saying stuff that wasn't true. These two videos that we've shared on our platform, on IG and on Facebook, outside of any research that she feels may need to be done, the videos are the videos. You know, that nobody made these things up. That Kel sat on Uncle Shay Shay and said that shit or admitted to that shit. It happened. It's right there. Nobody is making this shit up. That this dude went viral for allowing his wife to sit up and say, "Yeah, I cheated on him and I got pregnant and we gonna stay together and we this and that." And what I'm saying? Nobody's making that shit up. What research do we need to do? It's there. It went viral. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's out there in the world. We have a right to have an opinion to it and comment on it.
She didn't. She ain't even tell us. Like, it can't be that must be like one of her situations. I could be wrong, but usually,
It
I
could
I
be. I
could
was
be
I was
wrong.
thinking of that too. We that may not be the case, but
Facts.
it could be. You never know. Because people
Mm-hmm.
people do tend to get up in roars about things that personally affect and have hurt them or that they've dealt with in the past. You know what I'm saying? So it could
Mm-hmm.
be, but
Could be because she didn't even give us. She didn't even tell us like what. Because if it's something like that's like I would look at it like, well, you know, why are you got like me? If it was something valid, I would say what the valid, what was the point, and then I would keep it pushing. I'm like,
yeah,
lesson
I
learned.
would have
But
brought
there
I
was
would have brought my
obviously
valid point. That's a
exactly the
good point,
fact.
bro.
Yeah, the
Yeah, that's a
fact.
valid point.
Yeah, because if it's not one, then you could just be speaking from um your own experience and you're defending that because you were triggered yourself. I don't know, because what we're saying is not wrong. Kind of like we're telling people, like people hate when a lot of times people, and it's sometimes I don't even think they notice that they hate it, but they're coming from this place of hate to like, wow, because it got to be hate. Why didn't you deliver the other side of that information? Why didn't you do that? If I see someone is creating some type of because you're absolutely right. You don't want to speak on
Folly.
things for no right. If I see someone speaking on certain things and they're not, what I'm trying to say, they're not correct with the information because you want to be very correct with your information. Then I'm gonna tell them, like, especially about something that has like the only way that you stay in a situation like that is if there's rape, something like this, some force or something like that. If that woman willingly went away from you and cheated on you, then no one is telling their children stay with a woman who cheats on you and have a child outside of you and take care of those children. I don't give a fuck if he's bonded with those children or not. He has no right to be taking care of those children. It's not his obligation. So if
If
it's
he
not
so
that,
chooses, if he so chooses, then that's his choice. You know what I'm
right,
saying? At the end of the day, but the way it's being paraded out on social media with these, mainly I guess you could say the Kale video, because he's a quote unquote celebrity or whatever the case may be. It's ridiculous in my opinion, because it just makes us look a certain way as black men. And like I said earlier, it makes a lot of these women look and see that, and they feel like, especially the younger ones, that's coming up. Oh, that's how I go. Like I
yeah,
can get down like that. I can find me a nigga like that.
absolutely, absolutely. So
I will preference and say this though. Everybody got a different story. Everybody's circumstances is different.
different for
So
sure.
I will admit and say that, hey, maybe it's something to both of these stories that brought a better end, or it's something that, yeah, that we don't know and that most don't know probably. Maybe, who knows? But what we do know is what we do know, and that's all we comment on. And we
Yep.
just leaving it at that. We don't like that. Like, you ain't got to get all on social media and talk about the shit, making us look weak as fuck when we already look weak as hell to begin with. That's what
Hmm.
we saying. Like that shit wasn't out there. Neither one of those videos were put out there to spread awareness that we need stepdaddies in black society or some shit like that. That wasn't what that shit was about. That shit
Hmm.
was put out there to parade them around as being sucker simps.
Hmm.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I guess we can kind of switch gears. I know you had something on your mind, something you wanted to get off your chest. You was talking to me about a little bit earlier.
For sure. Um, I just want to say that um, look, this is a touchy one too. I think that when it comes to spirituality or religion, we have people who's too headstrong in it. Like, for instance, they could be so much of that that they're unbalanced. They forget that people are human still, right? So like we're still in flesh. So we all have traumas and stuff, and no, not making excuses for anyone, but like for instance, let's say you have a spiritual person. I would advise. Who this about to sound? Let me not say that, but I will say that a spiritual, let's say a woman, because we're all spiritual, but let's say a woman or anyone who is just like so headstrong with their spirituality. So in that, to the point that they see things and they forget that there could be. So if you believe in God, you also believe in there is evil, right? There's day, there's night, there's God, and there's the devil, right? The Antichrist, there's
Hmm.
Christ and Antichrist. Yin and yang. So with that being said, don't you think that the devil would also deliver you messages through codes and stuff and witchcraft? And that you think that that's the truth. Like, for instance, here's what I'm trying to say. Let's give a scenario. All right, it's the best one I can give. Let's say a man and his woman are going through things and like they're experiencing human shit. He says, I woke up at 5:50. Spirit woke me up at 5:55 a.m. That's changed. That's that led me to know that I should leave my woman and go for another woman. There's some people out here who's so spiritual that they look at things like that. They overanalyze things on a spiritual type of way. You get what I'm trying to say? And they're like, all right,
Or
well,
magic.
but
That's
right,
our magic. Yeah.
yep,
But I get some people, it's delusional, but some people do look at magic as a spirituality.
mhm. Well, the soul is in a way, quote unquote, magical. I mean, like compared to our physical bodies, when we're just soul, and it's not magical, it's normal. But in this flesh and this realm that we're in, to even manifest something is magical. However, we all have to remember that we're still within flesh. A lot of us have vices. Let's say there's a person who don't. I'm pretty sure someone on the face of this earth without a vice, I guess, right? I don't,
Hmm.
it's possibilities are in. You have to remember that there are a lot of other people with vices. There's 99.9% of people that has vices. Yes, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say 99.9%. That's an extreme, but I'm gonna say that. Not to say that it could be whatever vice there is, but we all have something that we go to, right? We all have this human nature about things. So if that's the case, why God ain't delivering? Why these people that's receiving these spiritual messages, why they ain't telling you what's when there's a person who's right for you and there's a person who's wrong for you? And I'm not saying this for hate, coming from a place of hate. What I am saying is that you want to be mindful when you say you're intuitive, because okay, women are, I want to say women are more intuitive, but just like women are intuitive, men are very intuitive as well. There's some more intuitive than others. I don't think it's a man woman thing. I do think that it is more of a tribal of who you are type of thing. Yes, women are by default spiritual. I mean, not spiritual, but very intuitive. I haven't been
Hmm.
in a body, but I'm just going to let me say that. Um, Sometimes, because I know that in your gut, the same place where you get your where you have these spiritual called like a instinct, your intuition comes from here, right? It's like it come from the stomach. Like, I feel like something's wrong. I'm very intuitive. My intuition is telling me something is wrong in the stomach, right? That same place
Hmm.
that you receive the intuitive feeling is the same place that you also receive trauma. When you like when you're with somebody and you get fearful of certain things, you feel it in your gut like something is wrong, and sometimes some things don't be wrong, right? So it's tricky. So you gotta know when is your intuition or when is your mind fucking you, right? Real talk. A lot of people don't know the difference, and it's hard to differentiate. I get it, but we have a runaway of people who's unhealed who ran to this for whatever reason and made it them. Usually, the people who are so headstrong with this are people who's run. We all run from things, right? We all ran from things, but a person who's just freshly in something, they run to spirituality or witchcraft, or they run to spirituality and they say, "I'm so high vibrational that I don't want to deal with anyone who's low vibration." When in
Well, I
reality,
go ahead.
when in reality, we're all trans. We are high vibration as well as we're low vibration. We're transitioning between the two because of flesh. We're high vibrational by default, but we still get low vibrational at points because the things that we go through and experience in life. Not everything is meant to be high vibrational. Some things is low vibrational, and the low vibes actually make the high vibes just as much better, and it creates you. It shapes and disciplines you. I'm saying the low vibrational shit is what people things like losing your job or going through a breakup, dealing with people who don't fuck with you or fuck you over or something like that. It's low vibrational. Having someone that having someone like having experience like experiencing those different things is what you're supposed to do. It's what you're supposed to go through. Because L is not a true loss; it's a lesson. Like so, those things are meant to condition you and make you stronger. I'm not saying let a nigga beat you. Let this go for men too. Let somebody beat you. And I hope y'all get what I'm saying. Let a person beat you. Let them drag you through the mud. But I want you to understand that you are still dealing with low vibrational stuff every single day. You can never just only
But
be dealing with one thing. Go ahead.
you basically saying, that I guess a more plain way to say it is that no matter what in life, we gonna have trials and tribulations.
Hmm. Those trials and
Like
tribulations make you.
that's something you can't expect escape. The
Yep.
trials and tribulations will always be there. And like but like you said, it does. It shapes you and it makes you. It molds you. It makes you stronger if you allow it to.
To allow it to.
If you succumb to it, it'll make you weaker.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
got to think about things differently. You cannot just see yourself as I'm better than these people because I'm high vibrational. I know I met countless of people who think like this, and this message is for you and other people who think like this. Yes, you are high vibrational as well as we all are, but we transition between the two constantly, constantly. Um, I think that we get in our own way a lot of times. We would say, I'm gonna, let's say we pray for things to show up, then once they show up, we self-sabotage. We gotta get out our own way. We gotta start looking at things a lot different. A lot different.
I'll get you on that. I guess we could wrap that thought and go ahead and wrap this random pop up of thoughts of at the end of the day, get connected to God. If you gonna try to be connected to something, get connected to the Most High. That's what I would say. Um, just yeah, get connected to the Most High. But it's as far as you know, what we were talking about earlier, stop simping, come together, create some brotherhoods, create those high vibrational relationships, fellas. You know what I'm
Maintain them
saying?
as well.
Yeah, maintain them, nurture them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Value them, value your brothers, because at the end of the day, we all need each other. We all need each other. Value what your brother has to say when he critiques you, not just when he blesses you and praises you. Listen to the critiques too. But you know what I'm saying? That's really all I don't really have nothing else to go on. I think that's a wrap for me.
it's a wrap for me as well.
All right. Those who, came and stopped in for a quick second, chimed in or didn't chime in, just for giving us a little view. Well, hey, look, we appreciate it because we trying to grow this channel. We trying to grow this podcast. We trying to make this a venting spot for the fellas. Like I said, to come and talk about things that they want to talk about, get things off of their chest. And also, we want to have conversations with our sisters too. We always say if there are any things that you might want us to talk about, please let us know. Hit us up, inboxes. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
The ats are in the bottom there. You know what I'm saying? You can hit us up on any one of those platforms. The inboxes, let us know, you know what I'm saying, if it's any topic you might want to talk about, or if you might want to come on and have a conversation with us yourself. Hey, we trying to grow this thing. So we just say please like, share, subscribe. We are streaming on YouTube now. That is at Big Three Man Talk Podcast on YouTube, IG, and Facebook. And until next time,
Oh
we
yeah.
shall catch you. Shalom.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Swaggin', alright, flashing, dragging, alright, bragging, back then, alright, bag in, Mac 10, alright.
Out the wagon, I walked in, swaggin', saucin', flashin', flossin', draggin', doggin', I ain't braggin', I been bossin'. Back then they tried to offer, bag in when I park it, Mac 10 in my office. Bitch niggas, they got me started. You let your clips spit but not hit your target. Eyes